Hello Aquarius, this is Victoria from Mindful Bamboo and I'm here with your tarot reading for the month of April. As always, we'll be looking into your love life, your career space, and we'll get you advice from the universe on how to best navigate the energies of the month of April. At the end, I'll post some messages from your person of interest to yourself. And as always, we're starting with a quick oracle message. Today is going to be the Whispers of the Ocean deck. One of my favorites, and the card already flipped out, so I'm just gonna go with it. It's a beautiful one. But just a quick one before I do that. Remember that these readings are for Sun, Moon, and Rising Aquarius. So if you're checking this for a Sun sign, please check out videos for other placements as well. And this is a collective reading, so take only what resonates for you and leave what doesn't. If you enjoy my readings, please like the video. And if you're new, subscribe to my channel. It helps me circulate these messages with people who need to hear them. All right? And of course, there's a bunch of information in the description box on how you can collaborate with me, my other content, everything. So, drum roll, Aquarius, you got card number 30, Surrounded by Prosperity. This is one of the best cards in this deck, in my opinion. Your attention is being drawn to the infinite nature of reality. That which exists outside the known is beyond measure. This universe is abundant in everything and anything, and it's important to remind yourself once in a while when you start competing with someone else, you start getting worried, and not just about money, right? Because abundance could be anything. You're out of time or any, the energy, any other kind of resources. It's like, well, if I don't do a buy or whatever right now, then it's not going to be much left a week later. I think to me, it immediately reminds me of all the changes we have or we're about to encounter in the US because of the tariffs that have been introduced, right? So some people may be thinking, okay, I need to buy this, I need to invest there before it gets too crazy, right? But this is a reminder for people who are thinking that way, that, universe is infinitely abundant. So as long as you follow that principle in life, there's always going to be enough. The circumstances might change. Your abundance might look somewhat different than what you expected, but it'll be there. And as long as you treat universe as infinitely abundant, that it will show you how infinitely abundant it can actually be. Okay, let's see what we have with tarot for you. First card, Two of Wands. So this is for your personal space and love life. Eight of Cups. And Queen of Pentacles. Nice. You could be dealing with an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. For your career, you see Nine of Swords here. The World, that's Capricorn energy. And Death and Rebirth. This is Scorpio. Wow, big cards, big cards. We do see Nine of Swords quite a lot these days. So I think it's part of the collective vibe right now. Basically freaking out. That's what it is. And we have Nine of Wands as another confirmation. So with the advice, we have Nine of Wands, Page of Cups, that card where pigs can fly. If you didn't see it, there's the pig in the corner over there. Beautiful. And yes, the legs actually belong to this guy. But why should they be on the bottom, right? So they put them on the top. And Five of Wands. Okay. A lot of karmic stuff, but a lot of opportunity for heart opening and, cleansing your heart chakra and introducing more love into your life. Love and abundance actually are connected because everything in our space is either love or fear. And abundance and love, like sometimes people think that those are completely different areas in life and there is no connection whatsoever in how abundant you are and how much love in your life you have. But it is actually pretty similar in terms of the vibration and in terms of how you see everything. I recently actually heard this thought that You know, you're supposed to think of your relationship with money like you would see a relationship with a person. How are you treating money? Are you respectful? You know, what are you saying about money? What is your belief system, right? And it's also a relationship. It is a little bit different, but to start building that relationship, you can think of it as a relationship with a person. Are you being kind and loving and generous from your side? Are you inviting? Are you having a good time? Showing your money a good time, right? Are you protecting your money too? Like all of these good things, you know? And then if you are, then the money will respond with, you know, rewarding you basically with more abundance. Anyways, for your personal space, you see Two of Wands, Eight of Cups, and Queen of Pentacles. There could be this Queen of Pentacles in your space as a partner or as somebody close to you. It doesn't have to be a romantic partner. It could even be a friend, a sister, a mother. It's very much a motherly figure. It doesn't have to be literally a mother, but it's that kind of energy. And there is something that this figure is showing you on what you are lacking in your reality, or, you know, some bad habits that you've been hanging on to far too long. And it's like you always found excuses why it doesn't matter that much, or, you know, generally you're a great person, so having one or two bad habits or addictions isn't a big deal. But now it's that time, the judgment time, when it's like, well, you basically, based on these choices that you're making, including your habits, including people pleasing, or taking care of someone who doesn't take care of you back, or the other way around, actually. When you keep doing that, you're essentially choosing a different timeline than what you could have had, right? So this is the choice really now, because you're starting to see a lot more clearly how this choice of direction and day-to-day habits and the choices you're making, where you used to think that, oh, it's no big deal, like, you know, it's not gonna mean that much. Now you're seeing how it means everything, right? And again, that's the choice to make. Are you gonna walk away from what you've normalized and what is familiar to you, to something healthier and, you know, more expensive and loving? Or are you gonna stay where you are and not give yourself chances to expand, whether it's in your relationship or your abundance or both? Because I've just given you a speech of how similar those energies are. The Queen of Pentacles is showing you, so that's the person who's helping you see. So listen to this person, right? Listen up. Do not pretend like you're listening. Do not walk away as the person starts talking, whatever you used to do, right? Right now it's time to listen. For your career space, you have Nine of Swords, the World, and Death and Rebirth. Like, these two are basically like life-changing, right? It's one of those times when you may wake up and you find out that your previous business is basically dead, right? Or you suddenly, I don't know, inherited something from a rich uncle, but it's on a different part, in a different part of the world, and you have to live your life as you know it, and go there and deal with a lot of stuff over there, right? So some kind of dramatic change is on the horizon. For some of you, it will help you actually see the world. I gave you an example. For some of you, it's a relevant scenario where you'll be traveling for it, you know? For others, it will be more of an internal journey. But what's important is that it will not come as an easy decision. It's not something that you'll easily be happy about. It will be controversial to the point where you will be considering, just like with that scenario that I just gave you with the personal space, of whether I want to partake it or not, right? Because it seems risky, or it seems like it may be a scam, or by the time I deal with that stuff over there, my life over here is gonna fall apart. Like, there is certain level of anxiety connected to it, you know? Who am I gonna leave in charge when I go over there? Stuff like that. And then the advice, we have Nine of Wands, Page of Cups, and Five of Wands. There's a lot of karmic stuff coming up to you, you know, from other people, from your childhood, and from your own fears. And Nine of Wands is a card of fear, but it's the fear that it's almost like you are making it much worse than it actually is, right? Like in this particular card was this girl, she can easily step over the fence, but no, she sees the fence as the barrier and stays on the other side. So the choice is basically still yours. Don't try to see ways of how you're limited to just one, or how you're, you don't have really a choice, so life is unfair, or like you feel like right now based on circumstances you have to stay where you are, you have to go this way. No, that's BS. That's exactly what that's exactly what you're not supposed to do, right? Seeing the universe as abundant means seeing that you always have options, always have choices, right? In a different interpretation of that statement. So be careful with not going too far with what other people are telling you that you have to do, or what you yourself feel like you have to do because and the fear that you have, right? Be a little more spontaneous and trusting is not the right word, but having faith that all these events are happening to you for a reason, but definitely not to follow the old path, and definitely not to sit on the sidelines and say, well, this is too much of a risk, maybe next time. That's not the point. Okay, now let's get some messages for Aquarius from their person of interest. Messages for Aquarius, please. Oh my gosh, we got Queen of Pentacles again. And Justice. Karmic rebalancing is coming in. But you know what? Now that I see this Queen of Pentacles, then it again reminds me of this Queen of Pentacles. So it might have been that it's actually your partner who's an earth sign. Or maybe this person, they also relate to this motherly figure, this feminine figure in your space, who is somebody else, not your romantic partner, right? And they're seeing how, like, the dynamic between the two of you and the three of you is their person, right? Is opening up is like an eye opener to certain dynamics that maybe you haven't seen before, you wouldn't see otherwise. It's when the independent third party actually brings a lot of clarity to the situation, right? And you're starting to see things more clearly, or actually your person is starting to see things more clearly on what you are made of, and generally where is the balance of power, so to speak. I heard the balance of power for some reason. Some people see the relationship with the opposite sex or the opposite energy as the battle of power. Like, I'm supposed to stand strong so that I have the last word, or, I'm the man of the house, or whatever it is. Where, it's a bunch of BS, let's be honest. And, Justice, which is a Libra energy, is about finding peace and balance. It's about win-win collaboration. So your person definitely wants the two of you to find that. And they see how, because it's a major arcana, they see how the the opportunity presents itself right now, right? Where you can fine-tune your relationship with bringing more of that rationale even, but around what does a balanced relationship look like, right? How do we make it more balanced so we don't have to manipulate the situation or each other and trick each other into following the decision that we want to be made. Lots of things here. For some of you, this Queen of Pentacles figure, whoever they are inspiring your person to be a little more strategic in what they're trying to build with you. Seeing your life together in like 3 years, 5 years time, and understanding that based on that vision, the two of you need to introduce some changes in the present. So that could be one of the conversations you may be having. All right, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much, Aquarius. If you like the reading, please like it and subscribe to my channel. And until next time.